In this video, we're looking at equations with algebraic fractions. So equations with more than one fraction, we need to multiply both sides by the lowest common denominator. And in this example, we're going to have 2x over 3 plus x over 2 equals 7. So in previous videos, you were looking at just that portion of it. You're looking at simplifying algebraic fractions with addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, separating the two. In this case, we've got addition. And then in this video, we're extending that knowledge to include the equation. So it's no longer an expression, it's now an equation because we have the equal sign. And so we have 2x over 3 plus x over 2 equals 7. So we have a ability now to solve for x. So the lowest common denominator is 6. Hopefully you are able to identify the lowest common denominator is equal to 6. So we know that on this fraction, we have to multiply that by 2. And on this fraction, we have to multiply by 3. So now we have 4x over 6 plus 3x over 6 equals 7. And when we simplify that line of working, we get 4x plus 3x over a single 6 equals 7. Now, we don't want to move our denominator just yet. Now, we can in this particular example because it's not going to change the outcome of the answer. But when you get into more complex examples or situations, questions, you need to fully simplify your fraction before you start to solve for your pronumeral. So I'm going to go the extra step here and get 7x, because 4 plus 3 is 7, over 6 is equal to 7. And I just realized I made a big mistake by writing double equals lines. Single equal lines only. So 7x over 6 is equal to 7. To remove that 6, or to get x by itself, we first need to remove the denominator. Now that denominator is dividing, so what we do to one side, we have to do the other side, but we have to do the opposites. Change side, change sign. So we're going to times by 6 to both sides. That will cancel those two out. We'll be left with 7x equals 42. That 7 is multiplying the x, so we need to do the opposite. We're going to divide by 7, which will cancel those. We're left with x on the left and 6 on the right. In example 2, we have two terms in our numerator on each side. So we have x minus 2 over 5 minus x minus 1 over 3, and that is equal to 1. So we're solving for x again. We know that that expression is going to be equal to 1, which makes our equation. So our lowest common denominator is 15. So we're going to multiply these fractions, this side by 3 and this side by 5. Now I'm going to simplify this time fully without the multiplication of the numerator. So I'll show you what that looks like. On this side, we're going to have 3 outside of x minus 2 minus this numerator's multiplication, 5 outside of x minus 1 over a single 15. Now, I haven't carried out the multiplication on the numerator. I've just simplified how that operation looks on both sides, but I have carried out the multiplication of the denominator and simplified that denominator. That just cleans it up, tidies it up, means we don't have as much working as the first example. This next line, I'm going to carry out this multiplication. And remember that when you multiply the 5, you're taking that minus with you. That's a negative 5 that's going to be multiplying across those two terms in the brackets. So 3 times x gives us 3x. 3 times negative 2 gives us negative 6. Negative 5 times x gives you negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 1 gives you positive 5 over 15 equals 1. Collect our like terms. Minus 6 and plus 5. We also have 3x and minus 5x. So 3x minus 5x gives you negative 2x. Negative 6 plus 5 leaves you with minus 1 over 15 equals 1. Now we need to start to remove the constants away from our coefficient and pronumeral so we can get x by itself. We can't touch the numerator until we get rid of the denominator. So that divide 15 is going to become times 15 to both sides. So we get negative 2x minus 1 equals 15. That minus 1 needs to be change sides, plus 1. They cancel. You get 16, negative 2x. Divide by negative 2 to both sides to get x by itself. They'll cancel. X equals negative 8. In example 3, we have our fraction split on each side of the equal sign. And what we're going to do here is we're going to multiply the denominator of the left-hand side to the numerator on the right-hand side, and vice versa, the denominator on the right-hand side against the numerator on the left-hand side. So that will automatically cancel our denominators. There is a longer way to do that to show you the full working, but if you can just remember that when you move your denominator, so for example the 4, you need to change the division to a multiplication, and in your same step you're also removing that numerator. So you're dividing here, so you're going to multiply to that side, and you're multiplying the same side as well. So you're actually cancelling and moving at the same time. So we're doing 2 steps at once, which means that we don't need a denominator on our next line. So we're going to have 4 outside of x minus 1, and then 3 times x will just give us 3x. Simplify this side, 4x minus 4 equals 3x.